All right. Hey, everybody. It's about damn time I do a video, don't you think? Figured the end of the year would be a good time to do a nice top 5 episode of my favorite whiskeys of the year, especially since this is really my first full year of drinking and enjoying and sort of exploring whiskey, going on the whiskey journey, so to speak. Well, let's go. First up, we got Flaming Heart by Compass Box. Just an amazing blend and an amazing blending company. There's going to be a couple of Compass Boxes on the list. Just really good, nice blend, sort of smoky and sweet and everything. It's got a lot going on for it. And it was one of the first whiskeys that were really complex, that I was actually getting the complexity. I am still very early on my whiskey journey. Like I said, it's been basically slightly over a year. So I'm still very much exploring the deeper flavors that you can get out of whiskey, and Flaming Heart was one that really hit the spot for me. So I would definitely put that in a solid number 5. Next up, we've got Talisker 57 North. Talisker is very quickly becoming one of my favorite distilleries. I have not had anything from them that I haven't at least really enjoyed, and many of them I absolutely love, including this 57 North, which happens to fit both of my favorite criteria lately, which would be sort of the smoky, briny, deep flavors of Isla Island kind of things, and high proof at 57% ABV. So it's just really nice, really rich flavors. The high proof really brings out kind of that briny, not even taste, just like the feel of the briny whiskey going down your throat really adds a lot of depth to it, I think. And so I would put that at my number 4 spot. Next up, what's next? Oh, the other Compass Box on the list. This one, you might notice, is already empty, but in Canada, you can't get Compass Box No Name. It's just not a thing that you can do very often. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a bottle yet to replace this, but I will as soon as I can, because it is amazing. It probably doesn't hurt that it is significantly Ardbeg. I think it's like 78% Ardbeg. I want to say something like that. 70s, 80% Ardbeg. It is a blend, as Compass Box tends to do. But it is just so fucking good. I cannot believe how fast this bottle disappeared on me, especially since I don't really drink all that often, which might seem deceptive given that I'm filling a brand new room for whiskey, but it is what it is. So there we go. Number 3, Compass Box No Name. Next, Bruichladdich, depending on how you want to yell at people for their pronunciations. The Black Art, 1990. This is the 4.1, I believe. Yeah, 4.1. 23-year-old. So good. And come to think of it, the first non-peated of the bunch. So I guess you kind of know which way I lean. Definitely towards the peaty stuff, but not always, as is the case with this Black Art, which is just so crazy deep with flavors. Dark fruits like crazy. So good. Pricey, but good. Amazingly, one of the few things that I found in Canada to be at least as cheap in the States, if not better, which is candy, even though it's still expensive. So yeah, here we go. Number 2, the Black Art. And number 1, gotta be Ardbeg. This one's the Renaissance specifically, which is basically from when they reopened their distillery. They had a whole bunch of releases, non-age statement releases, sort of trying to get the flavor profile back from the old version of the distillery to create the sort of baseline of Ardbeg 10s and things like that. And what they ended up sort of finally being happy with, they bottled as a special release called Renaissance, which if you can grab some, grab some. It is really, really great. It's sort of modeled after Ardbeg 10, so you'd think like, oh, why don't I just grab a bottle of Ardbeg 10? It's going to be so much cheaper. But it's not quite the same. It's like Ardbeg 10 turned up to like, not even 11, like 13 or 14. It's fucking good. It's peat, so the smoke is deep and strong. Get lots of sort of the meaty sort of grit, as if you just cooked a whole bunch of pork and you're just like chewing on the grit that is left on the pan. So good. You know, that's my 5, but I do want to do a couple of honorable mentions too. There is the Akatoshin 3-wood, which is just basically like Black Forest cake in a bottle. But it gets a mention here because on my whiskey journey this year, it's been a whirlwind, to say the least. There's going to be a video of the story of how I started this journey very soon. But for now, just as a little sneak preview, this is actually the first whiskey that I went back to after trying to get myself accustomed to the alcohol burn of whiskey when I was extremely early in my whiskey journey. And it's the first whiskey that I went back to after that and got a bunch of new flavors sort of pop out as the alcohol burn and sort of all of the base sort of whiskey heat was gone, and I was acclimatized to it. So I got all of the sort of deeper chocolates and vanillas and all kinds of different leather, tobacco, like just a whole bunch of different notes instead of just like, yeah, this is definitely whiskey. My body thinks this is poison. Great kind of stuff. So I needed to give that an honorable mention for the year, because it really set me on the path. As soon as I got those extra flavors from this, the second time that I tried it, it really solidified the fact that I was on a journey and I was heading in the right direction. It was going to be a long journey and it's going to be fun the whole way. So Akatoshin 3-wood, very much worth a taste if you haven't tried it. And another honorable mention, sort of in the same vein, I don't even know what's in this. There actually is a video explain. This is my infinity bottle. So there's a pretty significant story surrounding the bottle itself that you'll get in an upcoming video from me. But what's in the bottle, I actually have no idea anymore. There is a video of me making this bottle. We did a stream, so I'm sure I could go back and figure it out. But I'm leaving it a mystery for myself for the time being. But it just sort of signifies for me the journey that I've been on, because it's got a little bit of almost everything that I had in my collection at the time. It's been a few months, but still quite a few different things have gone into this. And it just, every time I see the bottle on the shelf, it reminds me how far I've already come on this whiskey journey in just a single year and how much further there is to go as I fill up this nice new area at my new house with all of the treats and wonderful whiskeys that I'm collecting along the journey. So there you have it. 5 of my favorite whiskeys for the year, and a couple of bonuses, and a little sneak preview of my new whiskey storage. Many more videos to come explaining that and as things get built up and finished. But there you go. Happy 2018. Merry Christmas. See you later.